Hi everyone, welcome to this session. So today we'll be discussing about few trigger scenarios, and for this particular session I've listed down a couple of trigger scenarios which I'll explain and implement them for you. Okay, and also going forward I'll be creating few other videos as well wherein we'll cover more scenarios and implementation. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. So for this particular session, I have listed down 3 scenarios which we'll discuss, and then we'll go ahead and implement them. Okay. So the first one is populate account billing address into account shipping address. Okay. So here the requirement is that whenever you are updating or inserting an account, and whatever address that you provide in the billing address of the account, the same address should get populated over the account shipping address as well. Okay, so that is the requirement for scenario number 1. And then we have the second scenario wherein the requirement is to sum up all the opportunity amounts to account whenever opportunity is updated or inserted. Okay, so let's say you have an account and multiple opportunities can be associated with that particular account, right? So let's say you have an account, and on that account you have 3 opportunities, and all those 3 opportunities will have some amount entered to them, right? So whenever you are making any update, or let's say you're inserting a new opportunity, so whatever opportunities are associated to a particular amount, the logic should be such as that it should sum all the opportunity amounts and it should show the total value on the account. So for this we would have to create a field on account. Okay, something such as total opportunity amount, which should basically show us the total of all the opportunity amounts. Okay, and the criteria would be that whenever opportunity is inserted or updated, that only with that particular time your logic should run. Okay, and then we have the third scenario wherein the requirement is that whenever account is updated, you have to check all the related opportunities of that particular account, and then you have to update all the opportunities stages to close lost if the opportunity create date is greater than 30 days from today and stage not equals not equals to close one. Okay, so by this, what I mean is that, let's say, again, let's just talk about the same scenario. You have an account and you have 3 associated opportunities. Okay, so whenever you are updating the account, your logic should check all the related opportunities, and it should check one particular criteria, that if the created date, if the opportunity created date has already crossed 30 days, and if the stage is not equals to close one, then it should update the opportunity stage to close one. Okay, so you have to basically put one criteria and you have to update one field. Okay, and the criteria is that you have to check the opportunity creation date. If it is more than 30 days from today, then it basically verifies the criteria, and then if that criteria comes as true, then you have to update the opportunity stage to close one. Okay, so these are the 3 scenarios which we'll go ahead and implement. So let's just get started with the first one. I'll move to my developer console, or let's say, let's just not go to developer console, let's just use VS Code. Okay, so I'm just gonna go ahead and open my VS Code. Okay, so here is my VS Code, and I have opened my account trigger handler class. Okay, if you guys remember from the previous session, so we are not going to write the whole logic in the trigger itself, right? We would rather write a method in the handler class, and then we'll call that particular method into the trigger. Okay, so let's just go back to the scenario and check it out one more time. So this is the first scenario, and I want to update the account shipping address from the billing address. Okay, so there are 2 things that you need to identify here. The first thing is that what is the object. So I want an action when account is getting, something on the account is getting changed, right? If I'm providing the billing address, or if let's say I am updating the billing address, that is when I want the action to be performed, right? So that means our trigger is going to be on account object, right? Now the second question is the event. What should be the event on which you will be writing this particular logic, right? So how many types of events are there, right? We have before insert, we have before update, then we have after insert and after update. So in this particular scenario, I only want the logic to run on insert and update, but you still have to decide whether the logic should be on before event or after event, right? So if you observe here, the billing address and shipping address both the fields are on the same object, that is account, on which you will be writing the trigger. Okay, so whenever I'm creating an account, whatever the billing address I'll fill in for the account, I want the same address to be populated on the shipping address. Okay, so the moment, let's say if I write this particular logic into after insert, so what will happen, I, let's say, like, you'll go to an, like, you'll go to accounts, you'll click on new button, you'll fill in all the account details, you will provide billing address, and the moment you click on save, then your after insert event will get triggered, right? But you have to make an update on the same record, right, on the same account record. So what will happen, in after insert, your record will become will go into the read only mode, right? So that is the reason that you cannot perform this particular, you cannot write this particular logic in after event. Same goes with after update as well, right? Because if you're writing a trigger on an object, and if you're trying to update the same object record, right, then in after event your record becomes a read only. So you always have to choose the before event. Okay, so for this particular logic, I'll go ahead, first of all, I'll write a function into the trigger handler class, and then I will call that particular method into my before event. Okay, either before insert or before update, wherever we want we can call it out, and we can also call it in, like, in both the events, so that it will, your logic will run even on update and also on insert. Okay, so I'll just move back to the VS Code. Let's just go ahead and start writing the function. Update account shipping address from billing address. Okay, here, okay, so here I am going to call this particular method either in before insert or before update. Okay, and from there I will get the list of accounts, which is nothing but your trigger.new. Okay, now what do I have? If you guys remember bulkification, so we have to run the loop on the list of the accounts that we are receiving. Okay, so list of account. Okay, so there's another thing, the address field on account, or let's say, like, any other object, like, if the data type for the address field is address, that means that field is a compound field. Okay, so that means that particular field actually contains a lot more fields. For example, billing address field on account is a combination of billing street, billing country, postal code, billing street. Okay, so what we have to do is we cannot directly copy acc dot billing address to acc dot shipping address. Okay, we have to break it down because address is the compound field, so we have to copy each and every field from the address. Okay, or let me show you how does it look like. Okay, so if, let's say, I go to setup, and I will go to account, and let me open billing address for you. So here, if you see, the data type is address. Okay, and address data type is always a compound data type. Okay, and so that is why if I actually move to an account, so okay, let me, so here, let's say billing address, right? Now, for now, I am seeing only one field, billing address, but the moment I click on this, it's gonna split into other fields here, right? Billing street, city, billing state, country, and postal code. Okay, so that is why if I want to populate all the billing address fields into the shipping address, then I have to copy one by one. I cannot just, type it as account dot billing address to account dot shipping address. Okay, so I have to copy one by one. So let's just go ahead here, and so what I want to do is I want to see acc dot, and I have to populate into the shipping address, right? So shipping address, so let's say shipping street first. Okay, shipping street, and from where I want to copy account dot billing street, right? So billing street will get copied over to the account shipping street, and similarly, what will I do? Account dot shipping city, account dot billing city. Okay. And similarly, I'll have shipping country dot billing country, right? I'm not copying the other fields. You can, like, if you want, you can type for the other fields as well. Okay. And there's one more thing. This is gonna break if you're like, if this fields, if these values are like, blank. So it's always a good practice to apply the blank check. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is, if account dot billing street is not equals to null, okay, then only I want to copy this. Okay. And similarly, we'll provide conditions here. Here for billing city. And similarly for billing country. If billing country is not null, then copy the billing country into the shipping country. Okay. So, and one more thing, and your function is, your method is ready. Okay. So one more thing, if you see, I'm not writing any DML statement, right? Like insert or update, because this is account trigger. I'm going to be calling this method into the account trigger, and I am trying to pre-populate something on the account record itself, right? It's not any cross object updation or insertion, right? So are we in such cases, we do not need any DML statements. I just have to provide the logic and it will work. Okay. So let me deploy this first, and then I will go ahead and call this method into the trigger. Okay, so let me go to the account trigger. Okay, account trigger. And let's say I want this in before insert. If you guys want, you can also try the same thing in before update. But for now, I'm just going to call it in before insert. And this is my handler class. So handler class dot method. And what am I receiving in this method? List of account, right? And I will get the list of account from trigger dot new. If you guys don't understand these things, right? How come trigger.new is returning you the list of accounts? Please watch previous videos and you'll understand. Okay, so update account, shipping address from billing address. Okay, and list of accounts, and I'm passing trigger.new. And this is my before insert, right? And I have included before insert here. So we are all good. Let me deploy this as well. Ignore everything else. These are from previous sessions. You only have to check this thing, right? Before insert, and then the calling of the method. Okay. So now I have deployed the trigger, and I have also deployed the, I believe, yes, I've also deployed the trigger handler class. Now let's just go ahead and try it out. So I have called the method in before insert, right? So I will go ahead and try to create an account, and we'll see what happens on insert. Okay. So account, and I'll be creating a new account. So account demo, and then what else do we have? Any required thing? If you have, you can fill. Okay, so here, so what in all I have copied? I have copied try to populate street, city, and country. Okay, so I'll provide values in billing street, city, and country. So billing street 1, and city is, let's say, city, and then what else I have copied? I've copied the country. Okay, that's it. So when I save this, okay, when I save this, your logic, when your logic will basically run, it will check what and all you have provided in the billing address. And as per the logic, you're trying to copy the billing street, city, and country into the shipping street. So before actually committing the record, right, it will populate your shipping street, city, and country. Okay. So I'll just go ahead and click on save. And once I save, we'll open this record and see if shipping street, city, and country is populated with the same values or not. Okay. And account name is account demo. Okay. Save. So this is my account. Let's just go ahead and check. Here it is, right? So this is my billing address. If I go into edit mode, you can see my billing street got copied over to shipping street, city got copied over to city, and country got copied over to country. Likewise, you can perform the same thing for the other two fields that we did not do for, right? So, and let's say if the same logic I would have written in after insert. So after insert, what happens? Once I am creating the account and if I hit on save, that means insert has already happened, right? And after that, you would have been trying to copy the billing address to the shipping address. So it would have shown you the error over here, right? That your record is in read mode, read only mode. Okay, that is why we have written the logic in before insert. Okay, so this was the first scenario. Let's just go ahead and check what do we have in the second scenario. Okay, so the second scenario is that we have to sum up all opportunity amounts to account whenever opportunity is updated or inserted. So again, same thing, right? We have to identify two things. What is the object on which you have to write the trigger? Okay. And the second thing is the event. Okay. So if you see here into this, it says whenever opportunity is updated or inserted, that means the action we can see on which action it is expecting the logic to run. So the object is opportunity. So whenever an opportunity is updated or inserted, then the associated account should get updated with the summation of this particular opportunity amount, and also if there are any other associated opportunities in related to in relation to that particular account. Okay, so let me just first go ahead and show you a scenario, okay, so that you will have a better understanding. So let's say I have this account, okay, the account that we have created. So for example, here if I go ahead and let me show you an existing one. So let's say this one should have an opportunity. Okay, yeah, so this is my account and this is my opportunity. And for example, you can see here there's an amount field, right? So as per the scenario, what should happen whenever if I go ahead and make any update on this particular opportunity? Okay, let's say if I go here, edit, and if I'm changing the amount, okay, here, not sure why it is not editable, but I'll check that out. But whatever value I am entering into the amount, okay, so whatever value I enter, then this account should get updated with the amount that I have provided on the opportunity. If there is just only one opportunity, but let's say if you have multiple opportunities, if I have more opportunities here, let's say two opportunities, opportunity one and opportunity two. So the amount from opportunity one and then the amount from opportunity two, both of them should get added and they should get populated on the account, the associated account. Now I have already created a field on the account. I'll show you the field. Let me, yeah. So this is my field, total opportunity amount. You can also create a similar field in your on your account object just for this to practice this particular scenario. So what will I do, that the moment if any of the associated opportunity, if any opportunity is getting inserted or updated, I will sum all the opportunities amount and I will populate that into this particular field of the account. Okay, total opportunity amount. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. So we have already, okay, and one more thing, we also have to identify that what should be the event, right? So here we have just said updated or inserted. But if you see, we are going to write the trigger on opportunity, right? And where do we want to make an update? We want to make an update on the account, right? So basically the object on which we are writing the trigger, on that object we are not making any update. We are going to make an update on the account, that is a cross object, not the same object where you're writing the trigger. That means you have to write this particular logic in the after event. Okay, let it be after update. If you want to run the same logic in after update, you can create a function and call that in after update. Or if you want that logic to be only called on insert, then you can call it in after insert. Okay. I hope you understood the fundamental behind the before and after event, right? We are making a cross object update here. We are writing the trigger on opportunity, but we want to, based on whatever value we are providing on opportunity, we want to update something on the account. That is why we are going to create a method, but call that method in after update or after insert. Okay. So I'll just move to my VS Code, and the trigger has to be written on opportunity. So I have already created an opportunity handler class. I'll just go ahead and create a method here. Okay. So date op amount on account. Okay. Here, and here I would want to know the opportunities, right? So I'll get the list of opportunities from trigger.new, right? So opportunity list OPP, right? So now, as you already know that one account can have multiple opportunity, right? So the moment first opportunity comes in here, you have to identify the account, right? That which is the associated account. That is the first step. The second step would be, is there any other opportunities associated on the same account? Because you have to do the summation for all the associated opportunities for a particular account, right? So we would need the account associated with the opportunity, right? And then we will query on that particular account that what are the opportunities that are associated on that particular account. Okay. So what I'm gonna do is I'll just take a set of IDs so that I can keep my account IDs in this. So ACC IDs. So this is my step one. And let me start iterating over the opportunities so that we can get out the account ID from the opportunity. Okay. So opportunity, what is the list that we are getting from the trigger? This is the list. And then from this list, what do I want to so first of all, I want to check if that particular opportunity, whatever is getting iterated, if that opportunity has any account or not. If there is any account, then only we want to run the rest of the logic. Otherwise there's no point, right? If there is no account on the opportunity. So I want to check if this particular opportunity has account or not. There is this field called account ID on opportunity. So we can just check if not equals to null. If there is an associated account on the opportunity, then only I want to proceed. So, and then in this set, I will keep all the account IDs. Okay. Dot add, so that I can query all the other associated opportunities on this particular account. Okay. So OPP dot, what do I want to take? Account ID, right? So account ID. Now we have a set of account ID. Okay, set of account IDs for the list of opportunity that we have gotten. Now what we can do is we can run a query. Okay, we can run a query in order to get all the other associated opportunities on the account. Correct. So what will we do? We are going to run another loop. Okay, so for, and I want the account, right? I want the account details so that I can, and here I will write the query inside itself. Okay. So what and all do I want to have? I want that field, right? Total amount opportunity of the field that is there on the account, because that is the field that I want to update. Correct. So let me take that field. Let me go ahead and check what is the field API name. This is the field API name. This. Okay. And then also I can write an inner query to get the opportunities. Okay, so I will say select ID, and what other field I want from the opportunity? I want amount, right? Because that is what I want to add like sum and then show it on the account. So amount from opportunities, you have to give the relational, the relation name, not exactly the object name, opportunities. Okay, and so here will come out of the inner query from account where ID, in where do we have the ID? We have collected the ID, right? We have already collected the ID. And where have we kept? Let me just hide it. So this is where I have kept all the IDs. So I'm basically querying all the accounts and all of their associated opportunities, right? And I will just iterate over that. So now what do I have to check? So first of all, like, just, okay, let me, so we'll first set this value to 0. Okay, it doesn't matter because anyways we are going to add up, like, we are querying all the opportunities and we are going to add up the values. Okay, so we'll start with this so that we can, like, keep on adding it. Okay, so now I have to run the query on opportunity. Okay, so opportunity. Okay, and from where will I get the opportunity? I am going to get the opportunity from ACC dot opportunities, right? Because I have written the inner query. That is how you can access the inner query list. Okay, so ACC dot opportunities. Okay, so as you can see for the first account, I'm iterating over all the opportunities that is associated to this particular account, right? I mean, let's say if you have, for example, let's say you have 10 accounts. Okay, if you are using any data loader or something, some other medium of, like, creating the account or updating the account, and let's say there are 10 accounts. So if when the first account goes inside the loop, then this particular query will help us in getting the ID and the total opportunity amount, and it will also help us in getting the list of opportunities which is there on this particular first account, right? And what I want to do is, I want to, for this particular account, whatever associated opportunities are there, I want to sum all the amount and then paste that particular amount on this particular field, right, of account. So that's what I'm doing. That is why I'm iterating over the opportunities of this particular account. Okay, so, and the other thing is that we need to check if the amount is available on opportunity or not. Okay, if the amount is not, if the amount is null, then we will not basically do like, perform the logic of summation. Okay, so I'm going to check if opportunity dot amount is not equals to null. Okay, then what I want to do is, I am just gonna do ACC dot total amount. I will just keep on adding this, right? Because I have this, basically this is working as a counter for me. Okay, so I'm just gonna ACC dot this plus, what do I want to add into that? OPP, sorry, O, not OPP, O dot amount, right? Amount. So this I had set to 0. Now when the loop for all the opportunities, let's say if there are 3 opportunities on one account, so first opportunity will come and it will, here I have taken it as 0. Let's say it was 0, and then the amount for the first opportunity is 100. So this will give me this particular, like, value will have 100 as the amount. Then it will not go out of the loop, right? Because there are other 2 opportunities on one particular account. Then again, the second opportunity, the loop for the second opportunity will run, and the previous amount was 100. Now let's say the second opportunity has amount of 200. So it's gonna, like, 100 plus 200, then it's gonna become 300. Likewise, it will keep on iterating till there are opportunities on that particular account. Okay, so so this is done. Now what do we have to do is, so if you guys so this particular field is on account, right? And we are writing the trigger on opportunity, so we have to make a DML call, right, in order to update the account. So what I'll do is, I'll create a list and I will keep the, like, record into that list, and then I will perform the DML operation on the list, because otherwise you won't be able to write a DML statement. Okay, so list of account, right? Because that is what we will try to update. So list account to be updated. Okay, and just copy this. Now here I am just gonna keep on adding all the accounts. Okay, so this is my loop. Okay, here if for, okay, here dot add, and what do I have to add? I have to add the account, which is nothing but ACC, right? This, because I have to make the update on the account, right? Field on the account. So I have updated this. I added the account into this list, and then I will make a update call, update this list. And just like, as part of best practices, you just need to like, check if this list is not empty. I put a not check, right? So it is empty and then not. If it is not empty, then only perform the DML. So let's just keep it inside. And that's it. Okay. What we did, whatever opportunities that we are getting, all we have done is we have taken out the account ID, and then we have performed a query wherein like, we are getting all the like, whatever account detail that we needed, in this case the opportunity amount field on account, and then we are also like, making a sub query and getting all the related opportunities. Okay, and then under that account, under that like, particular account, when we are iterating the account, we are again iterating on the opportunities, that is the associated opportunities for this particular account, and then we are just like, summing the amount, opportunity amount, and then we are keeping that into a list and then updating that list, because we have to make the update on the account and not on the opportunity, right? That is why we are doing all of this. So let me first deploy this, and then we'll go ahead and call this method into opportunity trigger. What happened? Okay, this should be O dot amount, right? I've given it here as O. So O dot amount. I think, yeah, should be good. Yes. Now let's just go ahead and call this method into the trigger. So opportunity trigger, here it is. And before update or after update. Okay, so let me just, this should be after update, right? Because we already discussed, we are doing a cross object updation. Okay, so this, and let me go ahead and copy the class name. So class name got this, and we are expecting trigger dot new. Okay, and I think we should be good. We should be good here. Okay, and then let me also like, include this in after insert. Okay, so this is, should be, let me change it to insert. Okay, and then after insert, in after insert, before we are not using, let me just remove it for now, here as well. Okay, so in after update and in after insert, and let's just deploy this. Now let's just go ahead and check this out. Okay, so this is my, let me go ahead and create an account first. So account demo 2, and then okay, So here I will show you, first I'll show you the field that I have. This is the field, right? Total opportunity amount, which is right now, which is blank. And our logic will run when an opportunity is inserted or updated. Okay, so let's just go ahead and insert an opportunity. So here I'm just gonna create a new opportunity. Here amount, let me give it as 100. And okay, so now I am only like, this is the first opportunity that I'm creating, right? So the moment if I hit on save, what should be the value on the account total opportunity amount? It should be 100, right? Because there are no other opportunities on this account right now. So let me hit on save. So here it is 100, right? Now if I go ahead and create another opportunity, let me give it here as 200. So 200 plus the 100 from the other opportunity, it should become here, it should become 300 on the field. Okay, so opportunity save. Okay, 300. So this is how you can basically do a cross object updation. Okay, because here if you see we have written the trigger on the opportunity, and on opportunity insert and update, what we are doing is we are we are updating the account, right? We are writing the trigger on one object, but we are updating record of a different object, right? Cross object updation. Okay, so now let's just move forward and go ahead and see that what was the third scenario. So the third scenario is that we have to, whenever the account is updated, we have to check all the associated opportunities. And if any of those opportunities is older than 30 days and their stage is not equals to close won, then we have to update the stage to closed lost. Okay, so we know the criteria and we know that we have to update the stage. So again, right, we have to, so whenever account is updated, that means the trigger has to be on account object, right? And on update event. And where we are making the update, we are making the update on opportunity. Where is that field where we have to make the update? On opportunity stage, right? That means we are writing the trigger on account, but we are going to make the field update on opportunity, cross object updation, right? So, and we have to write the logic on update event, right? So we are going to write it under after update. Okay, so let's just go ahead and get started. Let me open my account trigger handler, and we can start writing the function here. Okay, so let me just close all of this. Update up stage. Yeah. Okay, and here what we'll do is after update, right? Let's just take the map of account ID and account. Okay, so map of, I'll explain you why we are taking this. Okay, so don't worry. And new map. Okay, so here, so first of all, what do we have to do is we have to let's just take a list for all the opportunities, because again same thing, right? Because whenever, like, whatever account you're working on, your logic should run for all the associated opportunities, right? So we would have to get all the associated opportunities. So I'm just taking a list for opportunity. Now what I can do is I can take a map, because I would using map I can, like, it becomes easier to get the relation, right? Let's say like, how many opportunities does one account have? So what I can have is I can have the key as account ID, and in the like, related records, I can have the opportunity. Okay. So I'm just gonna take map ID and then opportunity. Okay. And then opportunity map, new map. So this is another shortcut to define. You'll understand. 1 second. So I'm not gonna write it separately and then like, again query. I'm just gonna provide the query here itself. So this is also like, this is one way how you can like, instead of doing map.put, you can do it this way as well. And what else do we want? We want stage name, right? From opportunity. We also want the account ID from opportunity, because we would want to like, know all the related account IDs. Sorry, like, which is the associated account for the opportunities. And we also, from opportunity, we also want the created date, right? Because that is one of the criterias that we have. The created date should not be older than 30 days, right? So from opportunity. Okay, and then let me just break it down. Where and what condition should I be putting? Do you want to query all the opportunities? No, right? Whatever the context, current context is, only that like, associated opportunities you want to query, right? So I want to only query whatever the account record is in context. So where account ID in, and this is the map that we have. Where do you have the account ID? This is nothing but the account ID, right? Account ID and then respective account. So I'm just gonna get the key set. Okay, so I will get all the related opportunities wherever the account ID is in this one, the one which is in current context. Okay, so this map, how will I get the IDs? Key set, right? Map dot key set, and it's a function. Okay, so this is our map. Our map is prepared now. So in my map, what do I have? I have account ID and all the like, opportunities, right, for that associated account. Okay, so this is done. Now what do we have to do? We have to now, okay, so how will you apply the filter, sorry, the filter criteria, or yeah, you can say filter criteria for opportunities where created date is like, older than 30 days. So you can always like, take the current date in context, and then you can do plus or minus based on your condition. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to create a variable of date and time, and I will just say op 30 days, anything which is older than 30 days. And here, what will I do? I will take the current date first. Okay. And this is how you can take the current date, system.now. Okay. And then after system.now, what you can do is, so this will give you today's date, right? You just have to minus 30. So you will get to know, like, you will get to know that if anything which is older than 30 days, right? That is why I'm like, doing subtraction of 30 days, correct? So this will give you the, like, your filter criteria. And then we have our filter criteria, and we already have our opportunity map, which has account ID and the associated opportunity. Now what we can do is we can go ahead and get the logic started. So opportunity, okay, and where do we have the opportunity? Where do we have the opportunity? We have the opportunity in the values, right? This was the key, this is the value. So optimap dot values. Okay, so I'm just gonna run the loop on the opportunities, associated opportunities. Now, if you guys remember, we had two filter criteria. If I go back to the presentation, right, I had two filter criteria that the opportunity created date is greater than 30 days. That means it is, if it is like, older than 30 days, and if stage is not equal to close on, then only we have to update the stage to close lost. So this is the first filter criteria, 30 days. And the second one is the stage is not equals to close one. It should not be already close one, right? So I have to put two filter criteria here. If So the first one is opportunity, okay, dot stage name, right? Stage name is not equals to close one. The stage should not be already equals to close one, okay? So close one. And then what else do we have? We have, we'll put an and condition, okay? And the second thing is the created date, right? So op dot created date, if it is falling under this one, uh, older than 30 days, right? So this. So if both of the conditions comes out as true, because we have applied a and condition in between, right? If this comes out as like, as if the stage is not equals to 1, and if the opportunity was created before 30 days, okay, then only this logic will work. So what do I have to do in such case? I have to update the opportunity stage to close lost. So opportunity dot stage name is equals to, let me just copy this, close lost, okay. And along with, when you actually give the whenever you update the opportunity to close lost, it, you have to give the close date as well, okay. That is a required one. So close date, we can put the date for today. So system dot today, sorry, system dot today, okay. It will give the current date, today's date. And then the opportunity list that we had created, okay, we are just going to add this opportunity to that opportunity list so that we can make an update, okay. And what do we have to add it here? Opportunity, okay. So what we did, we like, we have taken the map, new map, and using the new map, what I've done is I have like, got the account IDs, and I've queried all the opportunities for any associated account, and I have kept it inside a map. So I will get the account ID and the opportunity, okay. Okay. And then once I have that, what I'm doing is I am creating another variable wherein I am like, putting a condition using which I will get the date which is like, older than 30 days. Okay. I can verify using this. And then I am iterating over all the opportunities, and I'm checking both the condition. If the stage is not closed, sorry, closed one, and the created opportunity is older than 30 days. Okay. Then what I want to do is I want to update the stage name to close lost, put the close date, and I would have to make an update call, right? Because I'm writing the trigger on account and I have to update the opportunity. So I've taken everything inside the list and I have to create a DML call. Okay. So here, what I can do is, if this list is not empty, okay, this list is not empty, I put a not sign here, okay. And so what I want to do is I want to update the opportunity, update list opportunity, and that's it. What happened to here? Let me try to deploy this. Okay. So this is deployed now. Let's just call this method in okay, in after update, right? So after the count is updated, I want to make an update on the opportunity stage. And what do I want? I want trigger dot new map, right? That's what I am receiving there. Trigger dot new map. And that should be it. After update, and let me deploy this. After update is there, yes. Now let's just go and test it out. Okay. What happened to this? Yeah. Okay. So first of all, I need to find an opportunity where the created date is older than 30 days, last 30 days. So I don't think I have any such opportunity. let's just try this one. Yes, we can try this one. Let me see what's the created date over here. 1/12/22. January 12th. Yeah. So the created date is older than 30 days, right? It was created like 5 to 6 months back. So what I can do is now see this opportunity doesn't have any account, right? The moment I associate this to an account, okay, that means an account is getting updated, right? An account is getting updated. For example, if I this opportunity is OPP2, right? Let's just go to account, any account, and relate this opportunity to that account. So let me go to, let's say, this one. And I will, no, I have to go to the opportunity in order to associate it to the account. So I am just going back to that opportunity. And here, I will just associate it to any of the account. The moment I associate, so here, just observe this, the stage is prospecting and the created date is way older, right? Obviously, like, more than 30 days. So what should happen in this case, right? The stage is not closed won. Stage is not our condition. If you check the condition, right? The stage is, where is it? The stage is not closed won and the created date is also more than 30 days. Then it should pass the criteria, right? And the stage name should get updated to close lost. The close date also should get updated to today's date, right? So for now it is, but this is not associated to any account and the trigger is on account, okay? So I have to associate it to an account. The moment I associate it to an account, this opportunity should get updated, okay? So let me just put it on any account. This is prospecting for now. Let me, you can see it, right? Close lost, and then what else? Close date, today's date, right? So this worked. Let's say if you like, if you find any opportunity where the created date is like, not more than 30 days, then this logic will not work. For example, let me go and show you. So, for example, this one, OPP3, and let me check when this was created. I think this is recently created. Yeah, I had created this opportunity today itself, okay? So here also see, the stage is perception analysis, okay? It is not closed won, and the created date is also not more than 30 days, right? So that means this particular criteria is not satisfying, okay? This one it is satisfying, but this one is not, and we have put an and condition. So your logic should not enter over here. Okay, so let me go ahead and try this out. So what I have to do is I have to update the associated account in order to make an update on this, right? So let me just go ahead and try to update anything over here on this account. And here is the opportunity, right? I think this one, OPP3, this is what we were checking on to. So here the stage should not get changed because it is not falling under the criteria. The created date is of today itself. It is not more than 30 days, okay? So I'm just clicking on save here. See, this did not get updated, right? The other opportunity that I had showed you, that got updated because the created date was way older. It was more than 30 days and the stage was also not closed won. So that is why that one got updated. Okay. So I think this was it about this particular session. I'll be creating few more videos on more trigger scenarios so that we can practice more and understand, like, it better in a much better way. And till then, stay tuned. Bye bye.